All right, in this video, we're going to show you how to create a SKU. And there's actually three ways to create SKUs. We're going to show you one here. We'll show the other two in a different video. The one we're going to show you here is the more detailed way to create a SKU, which is going to give a lot more information. The other two ways are when you're in a purchase order or during a sale. And those are kind of shortcuts to doing SKUs. You're going to give it the absolute minimum information to create a SKU because you're usually in a hurry when you're doing those two things. You can come back later and finish entering the other details of the SKU if you want to. So to create a SKU, we go to SKU maintenance. And go down here in the bottom left corner where it says add SKU. And we get this screen that is right now empty. You can see all the boxes are empty. And so this is where we are going to start filling things in to create a new SKU. We start up here with department and know which one it is. It's going to be 254 accent chairs. And you can see a SKU has already been created and a status has already been designated as an active SKU since it's a new sale. So I'll click status here just so you can see what the choices are. It could be a SKU can either be active or it can be discontinued. And we give you a couple designations of discontinued. One is by us, which means we've discontinued it, probably because it wasn't selling. But if somebody wants to special order it, then that can still be done. The other one would be discontinued by vendor. And that one, you're not going to want a special order because they don't make it anymore. So they're treated the same in terms of how they're handled at Infinity, but it's just more informational as to is it still available if you needed to get one. So I'm going to go by there. Next thing I need is let it know who the buyer is going to be for this item. And I'm going to say it's Joe Buyer and which group it belongs to. Groups are used. It's another way to classify SKUs so that you can run reports later. So you may want to run, let's say these are accent chairs. You may want to run them by wood colors. You may have a mahogany group, an oak group, whatever that is, and then you can run reports later on how those things did. It's up to you. There's a lot of different ways groups can be used. And it is a required field. If you don't want to enter a group, you enter the word none. Okay, the model number group is invalid or maximum number of active SKUs is exceeded. Don't know what that means. Let's just do 254. Okay. We go over here to model number. Let's make up a model number here. And a description. This is going to be accent chair. And let's say it is okay. You have another line down here where you can add description. And then here on this blue button, plain description, there are some descriptions that are in here already. You can add more as your company sees fit by using this button here, add. And what that is for is to give it a normal name, because I know that sometimes buyers get fancy up here, and these things, when they print out on price tags, a lot of times you have no idea by reading what the description is, what the item is that they're actually buying. So we're trying to give it a plain, simple description here. You can be as fancy as you want up here, and you'll see in another area we can actually add more description. Okay, let's come down here. The vendor that we're buying this from is 865. Um, 65 right there. So we add that. We're buying from Elements. If you want to um, actually add it as a brand name there, you can. There's only a couple here. In your company, you're going to have a whole bunch more. But I'm going to say, go ahead. Let's put that Elements brand in here. Again, you can add a color there if you want, or comments, and those things can print out on the tags later on. Okay, let's see. Let's go over here to unit retail. We are going to sell this for $299.99, and let's say that our PO cost is going to be $150. And this cost up here, you don't need to enter. You Well, you know what? Actually, you could. This cost is what the actual cost of the item is going to be. Let's say we put the PO cost at 150, but when it came in, there was freight, so we added. So you have to add some onto there. It will show up here as the landed cost. Okay. Let's see. Let's go over here onto price tag. If I click on price tag, here is where you can enter as big a description as you want. Uh, Whatever you want, however fancy you want to get on describing this chair or uh, to add on to the tag. Uh, and you can do as many of these lines as you want. And as long as there's room on the tag for those lines, it will print. So you can see you can get pretty descriptive here and have some really nice tags. Tag numbers, or your company may have one tag only, or it could have a whole slew of tags to choose from. So you just let it know which one it is that you want when you print the tag for this new item. All right. Carton labels. If you want to have a designation or descriptions for your carton labels, you can do that here. We're not going to go into this right now. And the carton information um, is going to be if there's a case quantity, you can enter it. If you have a number, if you know the cubic feet for this item, you can enter it. This is in the carton. If you know the cubic feet when it's out of the carton, you can enter it, or the weight. And what this will help you with is when you're placing orders, it can help add up cubic feet for you in case you're doing ordering in containers. All right. I'm not going to cover basic stock now. Unit cost must be a positive. Let's try. Okay, let's go to basic stock. I must have furniture care. Okay, it wants me to finish this part down here first. Okay, so let's go down here where it says a regular warranty info. If the vendor offers a certain warranty and you want to enter it here, here's where you would do it. In furniture, some companies are a little sketchy on what their warranties are. So you may want to enter what your company offers. You may offer, a year on furniture or 3 months, whatever it is. You can enter it here. Let's say 12 months and 12 months. And this is in-home service. Um, Okay. The Royal Extended Service, or I should say this is extended service here. You can, if this is more for electronics and appliances, if you have a warranty program, you would choose which warranty and it would apply it to this SKU and pop up the right numbers when it's sold by the salesperson. This is furniture, so we're going to skip that. Down here, furniture protection is we're telling it that it's eligible for furniture protection, so it will automatically offer that when the sale is made. Okay, let me see if I can go back to basic stock now. Here, I did. Okay, so this is what I'm not going to cover, but I just want to give you a quick explanation so you know what this is. What's going to happen here, and this will all be in another video, basic stock is going to help you if you designate an item. If you have 6 stores and you can tell it that you would like it on only 5 of those floors, you could designate which floors those are. And what the system will do is if there is a chair that is not on that floor, it will automatically create a transfer to that store so it gets sent there and resampled. So if you had a customer that was buying something late and they insisted on getting the floor sample and the manager okayed that it was okay to give a floor sample, the next day the system will recognize that that was given out and it's going to generate a transfer to get one back to you. The other thing it will do is if you want to keep a certain week supply of certain items at stores, the Infinity X is going to calculate how many weeks of supply that is, and if you fall below that, it's going to automatically generate a transfer to get you inventory the way you want to be. Okay, so this could be a really big time saver and keep fast-selling merchandise on your floor that accidentally or intentionally was given out. It does a lot to help your profit. Okay, we're going to quickly go down here and explain what we have here. We've created the SKU already, by the way, and it's pretty much done. There may be a couple things we still need to add. And one nice thing is if I forget and I click OK Save, if I forgot something, Infinity's not going to let me keep going. It'll tell me what I'm missing. But let me just explain. If there were any on order already, it would show here. If there were any of these available, it would show here. Obviously, there's a new SKU, so it's not showing that. We're going to show in other videos the accessories, which is you can add on accessories to this item that would be suggested when a salesperson makes a sale. Here's where you would do that. You can add a spiff onto this. You can have a different commission on this particular SKU. Maybe you are going to sell this at cost and you want to pay a lower commission to salespeople. You can do that. And you can add messages that would print on the on the invoice for the customer by choosing message in here. I'll click one of these. You can see there's some that are already formatted in there for you, but you can add more right here. Okay, down here, if this is something that should typically be delivered, it's already assuming it's a delivery type item. If it's something that you think is going to be will call the lamp or whatever else, you might want to click a will call. After a certain amount of time, and you're selling this items anyway, Infinity is going to keep an eye on whether they're being delivered or will call, and so it's already going to know that and suggest that. This is a perpetual SKU. This is defaults to yes. It just means that this is something that we keep track of. If this was no, it could be inventory that want to accept as inventory, but you don't want to track it. What that might be, oh, I don't know, something that you give away. That you get T-shirts and you give them away with purchases. You may not want to account for every T-shirt, so that would be a non-perpetual SKU. Down here, if you can designate this by putting a Y in there, that this would be a never-out piece of merchandise, and that is typically for your best-selling merchandise that you want to make sure that those things are always in stock. And so that'll allow you to run some reports later to really help you with your best sellers, right? Down here in assembly information, if you want to put how long it takes to assemble these things, let's say you have a bunk bed or a crib, and you know it takes extra time, you might want to estimate a time to set it up because this is going to get passed on to your delivery company or your delivery people, and it'll help them kind of move, not have too many things that take a long time to assemble all on one truck. You don't want to get drivers stuck out there for hours at a time. Okay. Let's move down here. If you know the expected lead days that it's going to take for these to come in, enter them here. After you've ordered for a while, Infinity is going to know what the actual number is, but this is just to give us a little help on the front end. This item is taxable. Again, this will always default to taxable. If something is non-taxable, you can add it in there. And the last things, if there is a recycle fee, you can designate it here. These are all zeros now. States like California have required recycle fees on certain things, so that's why that's here. And if you want to add a special indicator to this particular SKU, here is where you would do it. There's some, things in here that you can tag this SKU with, so you know that. Okay. And that should do it. If I enter OK Save, if I haven't forgotten anything, well, let me just come up here for a second. Just here, we're not going to cover this. It'll be another promo in another video. But if this is in a promotion, you would see the different promotions that this SKU has been, right? And what the dates were. So, somebody came in and said, you know what, I bought this for $249 on this date. You can come in here and see if it was on promotion and what the price was on those promotions. Okay. So let's click OK Save, and it took it. So that it was it. We created a new SKU. And that's the end of this one.